had just a disturbing childhood, sexual abuse, alcoholism, control. I felt like that I had no one to turn to at a point in my life.
Things were very bad. I was not a happy person. I was very, very angry. And it really had taken my freedom. I had become a virtual slave to my disease. I couldn't hold a job. I couldn't support myself. I was homeless. Done the whole bit, from jails, sleeping under bridges, to just having absolutely nothing with nowhere to go.
18 years ago, I was a hopeless drug addict, alcoholic, but even more so, I was caught in the depths of perversion. And that was my real drug.
For 32 years of my life, I spent as a drug addict. I could never get past it. I don't care what I tried. In 32 years, I quit using drugs at least 1,000 times. I've been to the penitentiary 3 times. I've been to parole violators 3 times, and I'm currently on paper till 2017. There was no way out for me. No matter what I tried, I did good for a while, and I always seemed to fall back down the other side of the hill. But it was in one of those valleys while I was incarcerated that I found Overcomers.
Welcome to the Overcomers program, a recovery plan that works. If you are struggling with a life-controlling addiction, shame, or fear from past hurts, these Christ-centered 12 steps will give you the tools to break free. Charles and Sharon Burton, founders of the Overcomers program, will guide you to new levels of spiritual and emotional freedom. Let's join Sharon for today's session.
How many of you looked a little bit like this when you came to Jesus? Oh yeah. Can you see all the words written all over these clothing? Fear, insecurity, resentment, pride, rage, lust, greed. You know, we don't like saying that word lust in church, do we? But we have people all through the church struggling with pornography. We better get used to saying some words we've not said in church before, because God wants to heal these folks.
By the time I was 17, I was caught in cross-dressing and bisexuality, just confused, bound, not knowing who I was, what I was. And this went on until the age of 32, where at 32, God started to move in my life. And by just God's providence, I walked into an Overcomers group. And for the first time in my life, I was able to get real.
Before Overcomers, I still allowed people with stronger personalities to help control my decisions, to make my decisions for me. And Overcomers has shown me how I can stand strong with faith in God and know that I am making the right decision, and I can make those decisions for myself, and I'm no longer dependent on anyone else to make those decisions for me.
Basically, I share with people every day about where God's brought me from, okay? He brought me from a destitute life with nowhere to go to a life of hope. I feel peace. I feel freedom. I work in an environment, my job, work at a detox center, where I'm able to share each day with people who are at that point in their life that there is hope.
Overcomers was a class that came into the penitentiary system, and in this class you could actually, if you wanted to, you could get credit in parole for it. And that was my motivation when I first did it. And every time I picked up the book, I saw myself on the page. I saw the things that were hurting inside of me that needed to be alleviated for me to find freedom from the bondage that I had been suffering. And that's what happened.
I'm sitting here today, 18 years later, still free, clothed, and in my right mind. I'm a Bible college graduate. I've got 4 beautiful boys, a lovely wife. I'm blessed among men. And it's all because of a group, Overcomers.
Overcomers support groups can be organized in churches, treatment centers, and prisons. The teaching sessions are based on the 90-day workbook, A Daily Choice, Overcoming Life-Controlling Problems by Charles and Sharon Burton.